I remember another thing when we were in the evening in Prabhupada's hill. So Prabhupada, Keshava Prabhu, he was the president of San Francisco. He had brought a big bus there and he wanted to show Prabhupada his bus. So Prabhupada saw the bus and he said, "Oh, this is wonderful, very nice." So then he said, "So Keshava Prabhu, are you thinking of getting married?" So Keshava said, "No, Prabhupada, I'm happy as the way I am." And Prabhupada said, "Yes, that is very nice. Marriage is like you're walking nicely on the street and then you pick up a big stone and put it on your head. So marriage is like that. It's a big burden. A brahmachari life is very nice, simple life. So why take a big burden like that?" That's another thing I remember.
He wanted them to go and actually start a trend. He wanted the story of Mr. Charles Chaplin, that he was at a dance with a lady, and he was sitting on a bench with the lady outside. They went out on the terrace, and then some naughty boys. He was wearing a tailcoat, and some naughty boys came from behind him and with a hammer and nails and nailed his tailcoat to the bench. And so then when he stood up, he saw that his tailcoat was ripped. So he went into the men's room and he ripped it more. And then he came out of the men's room and started dancing with even more flourish than the other men. And so the other dancers were looking at him and thinking, "Oh, this is the new trend." So they all also went into the men's room and ripped their tailcoats and started dancing just like him. So this was Prabhupada's instruction, how he wanted them to plant the seed of Krishna consciousness in England, to start a trend, and certainly they did that. They were the right people to do that. So then they went on to meet the Beatles and started a Hare Krishna really sensation in England.
One guy came pulling up on his bicycle, and he said, he looked at the sannyasis, he said to Srila Prabhupada, "How come some of these guys are carrying sticks?" And Prabhupada said, "What did he say?" I was standing right next to Prabhupada. He said, "What did he say?" And I think Tamal said, "He wants to know why we're carrying these sticks, Prabhupada." And he said, "Tell him to chase away dogs." And everybody just started laughing. The guy was kind of bewildered when we invited him to the temple. I'm not sure if he came or not, but...
So on the Janmashtami morning, I was supposed to be initiated. So, I was kind of raw. I didn't know what was coming. And then all of a sudden, Prabhupada's servant jumped from the car. Prabhupada was coming to the initiation ceremony. And his servant jumped out of the car and he saw me and said, "Hey, Janak Kumar, Prabhupada said that if you want to be initiated, then you have to shave your head." So, all of a sudden, I was still working outside and I had to shave. And I said, what should I do? I was thinking. Now there was no time to go back and forth to Prabhupada because he was already in the temple room for the initiation. So devotees in Detroit, devotees from Detroit, they said, "Come on, your hair is going to come back, just shave up, what's the big deal? And you're getting this wonderful opportunity. A pure devotee is going to initiate you," as agreed. So I said, "Okay," and then Narothamanand Prabhu shaved me up, last minute. And then when I took a shower and put clothes and went into the temple room, and Prabhupada saw me and said, everybody was sitting there. So he nodded like that. And then I sat down and I was initiated. "Your name is Yashomati Nandan Das." Later on I asked Prabhupada, I thought, if somebody was working outside, he could keep hair. Prabhupada said, "The hair will come back, but in a Vaishnava ceremony, if you want to sit down, you should shave your head. He was very kind. I think this was Krishna's dictation to him, especially for me, because I was such a difficult and tough person. And without that special dose of mercy, I would not have been what I am today. I was so embarrassed to go back to Detroit. I just left that life and went to Chicago and started a new life as a brahmachari in the ashram. And that would have never happened. I would have never actually made that progress. So that was also one thing that now I look back, I think it's Krishna's dictation to him. That he had a way to, had different medicine for every person. He was an expert doctor. And I can never thank him enough for the way he transformed my life.
At my initiation, I believe it was the first time Prabhupada told the story of Rukmini, and maybe because I was such a little girl, maybe something reminded him of Rukmini. And so he told the story of Rukmini for the first time, and he said, "So your name is Rukmini?" He said, "You are a beautiful girl. Krishna can accept any number of beautiful girls. So your name is Rukmini?" And then he said, let's see, "Your name is Rukmini. You're a beautiful girl. Krishna can accept any number of beautiful girls." And then he said, "You are a beautiful girl, so now become beautiful within also." It was a very, very beautiful instruction, very powerful instruction.
I asked him about Jesus Christ. I said, "Prabhupada, you say Jesus Christ is the pure devotee, but he never mentioned the name of Krishna, or he never chanted Hare Krishna. So how can we say pure devotee?" So Prabhupada said, because he had no material desires. He was free from material desires, therefore he is a pure devotee. So this is one thing he taught us. Ever since then my esteem for Jesus just went high. And I look upon him as any other acharya. In fact, Jesus, he was a very bold acharya, and because he was a great preacher, Prabhupada had a natural appreciation for him. No other Indian swamis or yogis or teachers, they could have that kind of appreciation of Jesus as Prabhupada had, because Prabhupada himself was doing the same thing as Jesus was doing.
And another time, on a morning walk in Chicago, another guy was walking by and he saw Prabhupada, and he was probably just very awed by looking at Prabhupada, just an ordinary person. And he said, "What do you think about the coming of Christ?" And Prabhupada said, "Your Messiah has already come." And we all, "Jai Prabhupada."
So I went to LA, and here I also got married here after 3-4 months of being here to a devotee girl. She was also a Prabhupada disciple, and we've been married 30 years now. And I wrote to Prabhupada about that I was going to get married. And Prabhupada said, "Yes, that is very nice. I have heard that you want to get married. Husband and wife, double strength." He said. He encouraged like that and blessed like that. Then when Prabhupada was here in December, we had a fire sacrifice Jayatirtha Prabhu had done. And Prabhupada gave a ring from his finger to my wife. And because we were going to India, he gave us a lot of blessings and encouragement.